So earlier I talked about limit breaking.
Right.
Let's go a bit deeper into that.
Sure.
So you've seen characters with stars on them.
Right.
Maximum, you can get up to 7.
Right.
That depends on how many Z power you have of that character. And of course you can get more through summoning or through PvE or through PvP rewards.
Oh, okay.
So the easiest way to distinguish how powerful that character is A, it's the number of stars it has, and B, level, and C, finally, the power level of that character.
Okay.
And the level is independent from the other two. You gotta train that character, and you gotta soul boost it.
Right.
Whereas the power level will be tied to the level of that character and also how many limit breaks it's done.
Oh, okay.
Meaning, if you've done more limit breaks on a certain character, it will be stronger. It has a higher base stat every time it gets limit break. And also, its Z ability powers up too.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Every odd power up, I think, odd limit break, so 3, 5, and 7, your character's Z ability gets a bit stronger in terms of some characters might have a higher status upgrade, or some characters might target more characters, like an additional tag.
Oh, wow.
So if you're maybe looking out for characters to power your entire team, you might want to acquire the same character multiple times.
Right.
But of course, it's not essential. And also, it's not that, when I do say the power level increases, it's not like it increases by 200% or something like that. It's like a small margin, unless, of course, you compare one limit break character to a 7-star limit break character.
Yeah, that's a whole different ballgame.
That's a bit extreme. But besides that,
extreme.
You see what I did there?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. We're horrible. But that is one of the easiest ways to distinguish if a character is strong or not. And also, personally, it feels good to show off characters that I have 5 stars for.
Yeah.
So that's another way of having fun with the game. All right. Next up, I'm gonna tell you what each of the numbers on the status means.
Sure.
So I'm pretty sure besides the level and maybe a power level of a character, you don't really look at much other details of that character, do you?
Maybe the tags?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really about it though.
Yeah.
So, like, extreme example, let's look at Broly. Very extreme example.
Broly.
Oh, he's an awesome character.
Oh, yeah, no, he's a monster.
He is. So, he is, it's downloading right now. It's a new phone. Give me a break. So, you look at the details, you can see his status right here.
Right.
The Scouter icon shows the power level. That is calculated from a complex mathematical formula that I cannot tell you. So, you see from the top, his health, strike attack, blast attack, and then strike defense, blast defense. Those are relatively simple.
Right.
Your health is your health, your HP. Your green bar during your battle. If it gets to 0, you lose. Or your character gets knocked out. Your strike attack and blast attack, this decides how much damage you deal with those red arts card or your yellow arts card.
Wow, he's ridiculous.
Specifically, the strike attack refers to the red arts card damage, and the blast attack is yellow.
I'm surprised his blast is higher than his strike.
Actually, if you look carefully right here, it says he's a ranged type.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He's actually ranged.
That's... Okay,
So,
wow.
Technically speaking, if you buff his blast even more, he actually deals a lot more damage.
Jeez.
It's just everybody likes to use him as a melee.
Right.
Also, if you look carefully to the right, there's also a blue number right here. That shows the amount of status upgrade you're getting from his soul boost.
Oh, okay.
So it's another thing to look at. And then his defense, just like the attack, refers to how much damage he receives, or how less of a damage he receives when taking those strike or blast attack damage. And then you have critical, which influences the amount, the chance of getting a critical damage.
Oh, okay.
Key restore speed, which you have 2 speeds of. The slow-paced key restore, where you don't do anything, you just slowly regenerate your key.
Right.
And then you have your manual key restore, where you hold down the screen, you charge up your key. This shows how fast those key will charge up.
Is that fast?
It's on the fast side, not too fast.
Okay.
relatively, the higher it is, the faster, the quicker you'll max out your ki. And of course, equipment slots, which we'll get to later. So each of these numbers obviously depend on the character. For Broly's case, he's ranged, so he excels in blast attack.
Right.
In certain other characters' case, with maybe a defense type, their defense is overall higher, or maybe their health is higher.
Right.
Also, this is a bit special case. Super Saiyan Broly can transform during battle. His stat actually changes after you transform as well.
Oh, okay.
So this is his stat after he transforms.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's outrageous. I told the development team to do what they can with Broly, how they see fit.
And this is what they made. They made a devil.
They love the movie.
They sure do.
So yes, he powers up after transformation. So if you're using him, you definitely want to transform him during combat. If you're fighting against him, maybe you want to defeat him as fast as possible.
Gotcha.
Before he transforms.
Yeah.
So next up, I want to show you what his arts card can do.
Okay.
This can be seen through the character details as well on the arts tab.
Right.
Everybody has access to these 4 types of arts card, but depending on the character, they do different things.
Okay.
So in Broly's case, his strike is level 5 and costs 19. Normally, it costs 20, but when you level up your strike through your soul boost panel, it actually lessens the cost by 1.
Oh wow, really?
The same thing for your blast, and same thing for your quirk card too.
Wow.
So in Broly's case, he doesn't have anything special.
Right.
But some other characters, maybe like Dabura, has a special effect on his blast.
Oh.
And Chilled as well. They have special status ailments that they can cause through just these effects.
I gotcha.
And of course, he has a special move. And if you look carefully, it says can teach.
Right.
This means you can teach it to Shallot.
That means I could be like Broly?
You can try to be like Broly. But
Yeah.
yes, you can definitely use that special move.
That's awesome.
He can crush planets.
That's awesome.
So it also shows the grid that he will attack in, that enemies will get hit by if they're in range.
Right.
So Planet Crusher is kind of like a beam Kamehameha attack, where if you're in that direct line of sight, you get hit. One difference is it's not a beam attack, so there won't be special attack clashes.
Oh, okay.
Because he throws a literal ball of humongous ki towards the enemy.
Right.
And then he has the energy rampage. So it's just like I said earlier, each of these green cards does something entirely different for characters.
Right.
In his case, he forces other characters to switch.
Oh.
He smashes them and gives them an uppercut, and it's so strong that it just pushes them away and calls out it just brings out the other character for the opponent.
That's so cool.
So there are characters that can do special things like that.
Yeah, that'd be really useful if someone switches out and you were just about to end their existence.
Yeah, it's like, come back here. And then you have the abilities for characters. You have your main ability,
Right.
which can be activated during combat by tapping on your current character's icon that's right next to your health. It's pretty big. These can only be used once per character, and they're unique to the character. In Broly's case, actually, it's before transformation, so he transforms into full power mode.
Oh, okay.
And also he heals himself.
Of course he does.
Of course he does. And then after transformation, he draws an ultimate arts card.
Oh, wow.
So there are characters that might cause status ailments or buffs, and then there are characters that bring in certain cards. Certain characters might, instead of bringing in ultimate arts card, they might bring in a special move card. Or maybe change blast arts card into strike arts card. Things of that nature. So each character has their own unique merit to it. So before trying it out, you should definitely look at it to see, so that while you're fighting, you don't go, what does he do again?
Yeah, I totally have not done that with Goku Black.
Oh, God.
Or Zamasu.
I can tell you did. So you have your Z ability next.
Right.
He is at 5-star right now, so his Z ability is at level 3.
Okay.
If he gets to 7-star, his Z level turns into level 4. As you can see, it says limit break to 7 to enhance. So currently, it boosts 26% for episode sagas from the movies.
Wow.
For strike and blast attack. Wow. This targets all the parties, as long as they're from the movies.
Right.
When you boost it to 7-star, it becomes 30%.
Wow.
These things will stack.
Yeah, they sure will.
So you should definitely base your team on these effects. And then you have unique abilities, which are constantly active or, depending on the situation, activate.
Okay.
So for Broly's case, this is really long. I'm going to summarize it for you.
Okay.
It activates twice.
Okay.
And for the first few seconds, Broly will ignore type disadvantage.
Oh.
This is what many players have difficulty with fighting him.
Oh.
He's a purple character, meaning normally he would be weak to yellow.
Right.
But for the first 2 times that he comes out on the field, he will be not weak against yellow. It just makes him neutral.
Okay.
And then you have Clash of Powers, which, depending on the amount of damage he takes, makes him stronger. It pisses him off.
Yeah, that's
So if you're
accurate.
gonna punch his face in, you've got to make sure he stays down.
Yeah.
So every character has either 1 or 2 unique abilities.
Okay.
And of course, depending on the character, just like I said with all the other abilities, it really changes how the game will move on.
It sure will.
So, like, what was it again? You don't have Future Gohan?
Yeah.
Yeah. So his unique ability, when he gets knocked out, he buffs his other 2 allies.
Wow. It would be nice if it had Future Gohan.
Yeah. So things like that. Maybe you might want to have a certain character in just for their unique ability instead of their Z ability or such.
Wow. Yeah, absolutely.
So next, we're going to talk about equipments.
Okay.
One of the most important parts of making your party even stronger.
Oh.
You can actually see equipments currently on your characters through this screen, right underneath their level.
Right.
Those 3 alphabets each signify a certain equipment that the character has equipped, and its rank in terms of its powerfulness.
Oh, okay.
So you can change those guys' equipments through the Change Equipment button right here. So in these characters' case, you can see what specific equipments they have, what rank they are, and you hold down on the equipment, you can see what abilities specifically that they give for the character.
Yeah.
But let's go back and look through equipments. So again, this is my coworker's account. I'll be nice and not delete everything for him. Let's sort it out through rarity. There's multiple rarities of fragments. Right. The highest tier we have currently is the gold tier. And then we have the silver. And then we have the bronze. I have the bronze. He doesn't have the bronze.
It's too good for bronze.
So you have multiple rarities. And just because you get a silver one doesn't mean it's bad or that it's worse compared to the gold one. Because each of these fragments have different requirements in terms of conditions to equipping.
Oh, okay.
So for this case, your character needs to be both an extreme and green type to be able to equip this. But you look carefully, you look at the buffs, it gives you a lot of bonus.
Whoa. That's okay.
Yeah. The extreme characters are already powerful as is, so if you equip these, it gets more powerful than certain characters in the sparking rarity.
Wow, that's insane.
So things like that can change the entire environment of the PvP. And also, you look carefully, these nodes underneath the art of the equipments, they signify whether the slot's been upgraded or not.
Oh, okay.
Usually when you acquire a new fragment, it's not fully opened yet. So as you can see right here with Demon King Piccolo and Goku, it starts off with 1 node open.
Right.
And then you have to upgrade it, which you can do from equipment upgrade right here. You select what you want to upgrade, and it shows what you need in terms of items to upgrade. I'm just upgrading it for my coworker.
Yeah. Making it easier on them. Oh, B. Okay.
And upgrade is complete. And you can do that one more time for full effect. And if you look carefully, these numbers on the slots, except for the 40 timer count, they are random. It depends entirely on luck. So the more equipments, I'm sorry, that's what it's called in Japanese. The more equipments you have and the more rolls you do, the higher chance of getting a better roll on an equipment you have.
Okay.
And then finally, when you find just equipments that you like, you should equip them on your characters.
Right.
Make sure you look at the conditions. So it's Freeze of Force for this case. So if you have a Freeze of Force character, maybe Broly Fury, the red Broly, or green Vegeta. Those guys are technically
I always
Freeze of
forget
Force.
that Broly Fury is technically Freeze of Force.
He's still wearing the armor.
He sure is.
So yes, characters like that can still wear those equipments. So keep in mind who has what tag or what color, what rarity. And also, these equipments can be mostly acquired through events. So if you see like a new event going up, just try it out once, look at the equipments that you get. Even if you don't think they're too good, you should upgrade it once or twice, and then see how your character changes. Because when you level it up to 2,000, that's when you can equip up to 3.
Yeah.
By default, yes, it starts off at 1 equipment slot, and then the more you level up, the more equipments you can put on your character.
Right.
I've seen people play around with these 3 letters. Yes, I know. But I see a lot of people in high-tier PvP matches with only S-tier equipments or Z-tiers. Those make things terrifying.
Yeah, that sounds terrifying.
But at the same time, it buffs characters to a point where it doesn't matter if you have a lot of limit break stars on them, or if you think extremes are a bit of a lower tier than sparking, because it brings them up to the battlefield. It makes them just fight on par with those strong characters.
Wow.
So a lot of people overlook this. I understand. I understand you got to work on your character level up first, but when you have time, look through what they can do. Because just like I showed you earlier, some of them can buff your character immensely.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that was a bit of a mouthful, lots of information.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hope you guys aren't overwhelmed. I'm pretty sure Alejandro is fine, and he's going to get better in no time.
Yeah, maybe.
Thanks for that awkward moment there.
Yeah, anytime. No, but yeah, even though these are technically considered the basics, there were a few things that I wasn't like completely aware of. So yeah.
They tend to be overlooked. You have a lot of stuff to do. So I understand that's both a good thing and a bad thing, but we want to make sure that everybody has fun doing everything in the game.
Yeah.
So we have a lot more after this. This is just simply episode 0 for those of you who don't have enough courage to maybe step into PvP yet, or don't fully understand what's going on, but appreciate the game for itself.
Yeah.
So for anybody who wants to go beyond, please watch episode 1 of PvP Tips and Tricks. And this has been episode 0. So, see you guys next time.